What's up, guys? Aaron Henry here, men's health coach, owner of True God Health Consulting. I help busy men take control of their weight and their health. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon for updates on more videos. So today, got a very, very important topic, and that's physical fitness. You know, my thing is helping busy men find ways to improve their health, and physical fitness is by far one of the most important things. We know about eating healthy and how that affects our health overall, but physical fitness is something that a lot of us tend to neglect. I have a very special guest here who's going to cover this topic with me, former New England Patriots Super Bowl champion, Mr. Kyle Arrington. I had the opportunity to meet him a few years ago, met his father and his uncle. He comes from a great background, and he's doing a lot of good things for the community. And he's really also passionate about fitness, and we're going to get into that. So, Kyle, I want to thank you once again for taking the time out to give us some information on physical fitness, because it's such an important topic. So if you don't mind, just take a moment and just introduce yourself, tell us who you are and a little bit about your background.
Well, first, thank you for having me today. I really appreciate the opportunity. Like you said, my name is Kyle Arrington, and those who are not familiar with myself, born and raised in Prince George's County, Oxon Hill and Accokeek. Went to Hofstra University. I'm not going to say when. Was blessed, very blessed and fortunate to have a 10-year NFL career. So, like you said, majority with New England. You either love them or you hate them, right? So last few years was back home-ish in Baltimore. You know, I did grow up at that time a Skins fan, now Washington football team. I still like to see them do well.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm just really still living a purpose-driven life. You know, what we do now within the community, whether it's for-profit or nonprofit, and as you also aforementioned, the physical fitness has been a core of just what I am, what I've been about ever since I can remember. Like I've been a gym rat since the very beginning.
Okay, man. So from Prince George County and into the NFL. Now, the truth is, Kyle, that, a small percentage of guys make it to the NFL. A lot make it to college, but to make it to that next level, what do you think it is that helped you, that pushed you to get to that level? Because it's no easy feat, to say the least.
No, by no means. I will say that. Honestly, it was. One thing I say to even the kids now, when I do speak to kids, talent is great. If you have talent, that is a wonderful, phenomenal thing, by all means. But talent won't get you. You can't always rely on talent. It won't always get you where you're trying to go, or where you need to be. But if you have drive, that, no pun intended, that will take you places. Yes, seriously, because one thing they don't teach us in school is, they teach us how to do math, they teach us chemistry, biology, but they don't teach us how to deal with anxiety and depression or resilience. We don't talk about resiliency, like softer skill sets. They talk about hard work, accountability, service to community, those things, but we don't really put enough emphasis on mental fortitude, and things of that nature. So because you're going to come across obviously look at the world we're living in now with everything that's going on, with COVID and the pandemic. Sometimes, man, you things just come out of nowhere, and you think you have a plan, right? And one thing that I always, I always say, it's one of those terms, when we make plan, God laughs, I guess, so things change in a hurry. What's one thing I learned about football, which has been a very transferable life skill, is a sudden change. So like I said, there's so many different, factors and nuances that, that kind of come into play.
And you hit it on the head, and that's something I'm really big on: motivation and talent. Hard work beats talent. I'm sure have you ever heard of that?
All day.
Hard work beats talent. Some people are just naturally talented, but if you put your mind to something, you would be surprised what you can do. And that's so important when it comes to our personal health too. I think a lot of guys just give up, or even men who were prior athletes, prior military, who were once very physically active, they kind of slide out of it. Life happens, but it all starts with getting that mindset right, having that mentality and pushing through it. Now, as I can imagine, a lot of discipline to make it through that. So moving into the next question, the NFL, you're at a higher level of play. Like you're going against some monsters on the field, seeing some of those games, and like physically you have to be tip top. So what is the training like in the NFL? What are some of the things that you've experienced in that? And I know with Belichick, like he ran a tight ship. So the training, can you give us an idea of what that was like?
I guess there's two aspects of it. When you harped on, Bill's approach or philosophy. Well, first, I'll just start with the physical element. It's very, very grueling. Even, what you do in the off season with the team oriented, structured workouts environments is one thing, but that's not enough, because especially when you do have your time off before training camp, that's when guys, they have, it's very, very grueling. I would tell you that much. Guys year in and year out, they push you literally physically push your body to its limits, because you want to be the best, athlete out there. Football's one, not to sound, biased or anything, but, some of the greatest athletes, are on the football field. And I'm not, just discrediting any other sports, but I mean, when it comes to the game of football and it of itself, and you just think about everything that, those are some of the most phenomenally talented players in the entire world, was skilled athletes in the world, I should say. So, but that doesn't happen overnight. No, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of this God-given, ability, but but for a lot of us, such as myself, it takes an undeniable work ethic to get
everyday training. Like, I mean, how many hours per day were you doing, would you say?
Well, you don't want to do anything counterproductive. I'll say. So for me, and everybody is different too. So for me, I'll say, if I go in there, and if I'm working out over let's say an hour, either I'm BSing or I'm overdoing it, or I'm doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the type of training that works for me is I gotta go in, hit it heavy, hit it hard, and get out. Whether that's heavy lifting, whether that's agility, whether that's plyo, whether that's sand and sand, you name it. Whether that's urban, and there's so many, a multitude of different workouts I would like to do. So say in one year I put a emphasis on heavy yoga and Pilates. One year was like urban combat, type workouts. So and boxing. So year in and year out, it was kind of different. I like to shock the body. So shocking the body also promotes growth.
See, and that's something that you hit on right there. A couple very important points that I really like that you touched on. The first one was talking about if you're in the gym for more than an hour, then something is wrong. A lot of guys get the impression, especially guys who aren't used to working out, that you have to go in the gym and be in there for 3 hours at a time. You can get a very good workout in under an hour if you do it right, if you know what you're doing and you're focused. And that allows you to do it more times throughout the week and be more consistent. If you go in the gym for 3 hours and try to work every machine, every muscle, you're going to get burned out and you're not going to be motivated. The second thing that you talked about that I really like is mixing it up, doing the yoga. A lot of guys will be like, yoga, I'm not doing a downward dog, but flexibility, working on your proprioception, your balance, all those other things. Posture.
Endurance.
All comes together.
Also strength training in yoga, something that we, us men at times, fail to realize, or even kind of maybe just think outside ourselves a little bit in that regard. Because a lot of times, even for me, I one thing I'll never do is lie to you. So even when my first impression was, that's something for like, soccer moms or something like that. But when I did it, really ingratiated Yeah, when I really ingratiated myself into it, it was hard. It was tough. It wore me out, but it was so beneficial on so many different levels. Just because like the mind, we fail to realize at the time like how the mind, body, and soul and spirit is connected.
Connected. And you said it right there. If your mind is not in it, it's a wrap, pretty much. So moving now out of the NFL, and you're a pretty fit guy, and you still stay in shape. How did you transfer, or now what was that transition from that high intensity NFL life and that training to your life now? And how do you stay fit?
Well, three small ones will help. So I have
Yes.
and a 3-year-old. So yeah, so with the very, very, very busy, very active, so never a dull moment, to say the least, in this household. So that helps. But two, honestly, I mentioned earlier, I've been a gym rat from the very beginning, ever since I can remember. And then you know what it says, it takes what some people say 21, some people say 30, days to start a habit. So if you can imagine, 20 plus years, right? At this point. So it's
Wow.
habitual. Yeah. So I'm regimented in that sense. So I'm regimented, such in a way where if I don't work out, and let's say if I let 2 or 3 days go by, I feel it. I feel it physically. I'm sore. My hip feel like it's out of place, or my neck is tight, my back is tight. You name it. So I'm like, it's a lifestyle. It's above anything else. I think that's the perfect way I can really just put it. It's a lifestyle for me.
Absolutely. It becomes a part of your DNA, who you are. And then when you stray from that, then your body, not only your body, you hit on that, but also your mind kicks in too. Mm-hmm. Because for me, if I go too long without exercising, I start feeling in my mind like, okay, something's not right. It's going to be on my mind until I get in there and I work out and get back on track. Now, for a lot of men, getting motivated to work out and eat better, it's hard. Procrastination is a real thing for the average man, especially if you're busy, have kids, just don't have time. What are some strategies or some recommendations you have for men to get motivated? And every person is different. We're all wired a little bit differently, but any advice for men who want to get out there but just aren't motivated?
Well, one thing I will say is that we make time for what's important to us, and when it comes to your health and wellness, I mean that's something we all. I know we all have a lot of, we're built different, we think different, we're wired different. We are different. We're all individually unique. But that's something that everybody has in common. Is health and wellness. And thing about it is when you say health is wealth, I mean, I know it's cliche, but it couldn't ring any truer. Because if you're not here, because we all have somebody that's counting on us, provide for, whatever the case may be. But if we're not here, in order to do so, I mean, you're not helping anyone. Well, we definitely ain't helping yourself. So if that doesn't motivate you enough, I would say an accountability partner, and that is my 6-year-old right now asking for a yogurt. Yeah, ask mom. Not knocking on the door. So yeah, one thing I'll also say that doesn't motivate you enough is having an accountability partner at that point. So for instance, my wife and myself, we are each other's accountability partner. So she knows, we have a certain roadmap in place in terms of days we work out, what the emphasis is on, things of that nature. So it's no like, I'm not feeling it. So that helps, because, if you don't, if it's just you, and you can easily tell, we're human. So we can easily,
right,
talk ourselves out of certain, doing certain things. But like I said, have that accountability partner, so that's that. I think that's very beneficial.
Absolutely. And for the guys out there who maybe don't have an accountability partner, and this is something that I talk about a lot, it comes down to holding yourself accountable. And just like what Kyle said, you got to look at your values, what matters the most to you. Seriously, whether that's, being around for your kids, being able to enjoy retirement at some point so you can travel and not have back pains and all other kind of issues, getting off of blood pressure medication, just having a better quality of life and being around to be able to pass knowledge down to your kids, your descendants. So it all comes down to your values and what's most important to you. I think that motivates you to make those healthier choices, because there are going to be some days you don't want to work out. There's days we don't want to work out. But what comes to mind when I see my children, and when they know their dad is someone who's physically fit, they expect to work out with me and me to be a certain level of being active. That motivates me and kicks me into gear. So having that in your forefront, finding out your values is key. Now, Kyle, you're doing a lot of things, man. And I'm excited about the things that you're doing, because coming off of the field, a lot of people can just go another way, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you're still in that field as far as physical fitness and building up the community, and you're doing things with kids. And we're going to talk a little bit about the things that you're working on, because I think that's going to be very helpful for the viewers as well.
Yes, no, thank you. So I guess the best way to put it is, football never, I never sound, ungrateful, for the opportunity and just the experience that I was able to have and share with, a select amount of people who will, be able to, like I said, share that same experience together. So, football is a brotherhood, it's a camaraderie. So I'm forever, like I said, grateful for that. But it's something that never, quite defined who I was. My idea was first and foremost to get free education. If my parents didn't have to pay for school, that was great.
Absolutely.
And I just, so like I said, I just continued to work my butt off with my craft, and I had an opportunity to still play a kid's game, for a certain amount of years. So that was amazing. That was awesome. But I'll even go as far as to say is that it never fulfilled me. And so that being said, what we do now off the field, I think my mission has always been to figure out how can I transcend what I was able to do on the field off of it, to our community, because at the end of the day, it's bigger than us. The moment you have a kid, right? What do all your family members say? When you're going to coming over to visit, where's the babies? You bringing the babies?
Yeah, you're out of the picture.
That right, exactly. It's not about you anymore. You're over and said they're done with. It's about the next generation. That's what it's about. It's about the next generation, and not just my kids, all of our kids.
Exactly.
Because our kids they had to grow up in this world together. And so what we do as far as me and my wife started a nonprofit foundation, Evolve, which is an abbreviation for Empowering Value of Life via Enlightenment. But just the word, of itself plays in so many, aspects in all of our lives. When you think about the word evolve, especially the times we live in now, we're facing now. When you wake up, you feel like the world is just on fire. Everybody's at each other's throats, and especially when it comes to leadership, because, excuse my French, those who can spell SHIT, it rolls downhill.
Absolutely. You say that in the military.
yeah, exactly. So that one thing. So we're the stem, but our kids are the root. So that's why we're very, we're youth centric, youth focused, about empowerment and development in terms of what we do. Whether that's for profit or nonprofit. Like I think I was alluding to earlier, like we just want to make an impact. Like some of the for-profit things with like American Fitness. I don't see. Show. Yeah, we go.
Yep,
so
American Fitness. There you go.
Yeah. My lifestyle fitness brand company that we actually just launched this past July 4th was our official launch on Independence Day. Kind of, I guess, symbolism. July 4th, American Fitness. So we're a makeup of professional athletes and trainers as far as on our team. So it's not like, we're just, some guys out here just Googling some stuff and trying to.
You actually been there. You've been on the battlefield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, we've been on the front lines, with it. I'm very grateful to be, to be received very well for all our products to sell out. So please, go to, all your viewers who's watching, go to American.fitness. And, please sign up for our email list. You'll be first to know as far as when our products come, are restocked, and also you'll receive special discounts on our products and gear. But even with that, like I said, the goal in mind was, because everybody knows what you do, obviously. So we're a fitness brand, right? Fitness company, but not everybody always know why you do what you do. So,
right. And there's so many fitness products and companies out there.
Exactly. But for me as an athlete, obviously I wore, for the majority of my life, you always catch me like athleisure wear. Unless if I gotta get suited and booted, to go somewhere, that's other than that, like this, you gonna catch me in it, it's like I said, athleisure wear. So to be able to have, not just to have your own company and not really be a product-based company, but more of a value-based company, because it's still about empowering our community, giving each other tools, knowledge, information, resources to pursue, what greatness looks like to us. Because when our tagline is life, liberty, and the pursuit of greatness. Play on.
That's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. In order to do that to the fullest, though, you've got to be in the best shape as you can.
Exactly.
Could you tell us a little bit about some of the products, some of the things that we can find there?
Yes. No. So we you can find a lot our equipment. We have sandbag, kettlebells, sandbags. We have apparel. Our apparel is coming out. Our apparel will actually be coming out in the next 3 weeks. We had a slight hiccup with our fashion designer, graphic designer. So we had a slight hiccup on the apparel, but that'll be coming out shortly in a few weeks. Myself and another executive within the company, a teammate of mine, we played in New England together.
Okay.
Lee Bott and I, another Prince George's County guy. So a couple DMV, Prince George's County kids.
Handling business. Okay.
Yeah, we're hosting a TV show under our fitness umbrella, so that's called The Pursuit of Greatness, in which we just talk about, we bring in different professionals, different walks of life, and just to kind of talk about their journey. Another one of our taglines is embrace the journey. So and people are in different places, in that journey. So and we want to have something that's informational, that that provides value, but they're also relatable, and just have a very raw, candid conversation of just the wins, the losses, the ups, the downs, the stuff, because success doesn't just happen overnight. Right. So so that's kind of the base or the thesis of the idea, surrounding the show. So please, be on the lookout for that. We'll probably be dropping those episodes on YouTube, on our YouTube channel in the fall. Matter of fact, we got to have you on for an episode.
Definitely, I would love to. That's great, Kyle, man. Thank you so much for coming on, because this was really good. A lot of information that you put out here. And I definitely want viewers to go check out American Fitness and everything that's going on, because they're doing some really big things, getting people healthy, getting people moving again.
Yeah, no, I feel like, honestly, I joked with somebody the other day. I was saying, I feel like I was less busy playing football. So we definitely check out American Fitness. So that's at American.fitness. Check us out, what we're doing in the community, Evolve Foundation. So that's at theevolvefoundation.org. Just recently wrote my first children's book. You can find that at my website, which is www.arr24.com. And the purpose behind that was, as I just, kind of talked about, the kids they're our future. So it's all about laying a foundation. And so at the base behind that, that project is just about teamwork, togetherness, unity. We wanted to incorporate STEM into the project as well. With the main characters are using STEM toys. So me and my wife are firm advocates of, the benefits of, STEM. Please, check us out. Check me out. Check us out.
Absolutely. Man, there you have it. Kyle Arrington, this man is doing so many things. Please check out everything. And I'm going to leave some links there for you all to follow and listen to the things that we talked about today. It all starts with that mind. What matters the most to you. Physical fitness is a must if you want to live the best life possible. And for viewers out there who aren't familiar with me, for more information on how to improve your weight and your health, you can check out my website at www.trueguidehealth.com. also on Facebook and Instagram. You can sign up for my newsletter, and as a bonus, you'll get a free copy of my ultimate weight loss checklist, which is guaranteed to start getting you on a path down to a healthier weight and a healthier life. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you and stay healthy.